Welcome back aboard the Polite Ship, everyone, and it's time for part 2 of my 1,000 subscribers special. For those who don't know, last time I challenged myself to go back and review every single one of my videos to the one I had recently posted, and I'm going to be continuing that today. Starting off right where I left off with keyboard lore. You would think this video would be me, showing, a possible, keyboard lore thing with, where the letters are the keyboard order, but no, it's just this. It's just me scrolling through possible ways they could look, like fan art of it. It's pretty good still, and it's also got no audio, though, so it gets 4 stars. Next up is Cereal First, a 7-second long video, or more like a 7-second long photo of cereal with the words, "If you pour milk first, unsubscribe," above it. I don't think at the time of this video I would really want to lose any subscribers. And then, what's even crazier is that at the very end of the video, you can see me stop screen recording. Yeah, because that's what we all want. But we're about to make up for it, though, because next is Number Lore 4 Part 2 in real life. This is actually really, really, really decent. For once, it's actually giving you what you came for. Number Lore 4.2 in real life. And it's actually pretty decent. Although the stop motion isn't that good and the editing is pretty bad, let's be honest, I'm able to look past that for a video that's pretty decent, especially for the time of the channel. The tape is very visible, the stop motion's bad, the editing's bad, but again, at least it gives you what you're asking for here. And let's be honest, I think at the time this was posted, my channel really needed something like that. So for what it is and how old it is, and the fact that it actually for once gives you what you came for, I'd say it's pretty good. Which is why I'm giving Number Lore 4.2 in real life 5 stars. The right Minecraft logo is decent. I kind of just painted a new Minecraft logo in Google Canvas without literally any audio at all whatsoever. It's about as decent as it can get. I'm gonna say it gets 3 stars. Alright, here we go again. Can Akinator guess Alphabet Lore F? This is exactly what you'd expect it to be, but there's no audio in it! It's kind of like when you're trying to watch TV, and then the audio just randomly cuts out for no reason whatsoever, and you kind of just sit there in awkward silence as the picture plays. Yeah, that might really only happen to me, but that's this video. It's kind of like you can tell what's happening, it's just boring because there's no audio in the background. Oh yeah, and by the way, he did guess F. But that's why this video is getting 3 stars. Oh yeah, and also, hat. The Ender Dragon! You could really tell that in these early stages, all I wanted was to just make a decent video, but I really struggled. At least once it gives you what you ask for. 3 stars. Next up is Alphabet Lore Colors, and I kind of think this one's actually pretty decent. Although it has no audio, it does go straight to the point by showing you the colors of all the Alphabet Lore characters. So, I think it's decent. I'll give it 4.5. Are you kidding me? Well, this was my best attempt at creating a Smash Cards video, but, the second I joined the round, it just ended, and it was very tiring recording from my school computer already, so I just gave up in the end, and it's like a 5-second long video. It's actually, 35 seconds, but that's not the point. It's also extremely laggy, and that combined with the other problems in this video gives it 1 star. Next up, we got Belle Must Really Hate My Alphabet Lore Cells, which is a 9-second long video of Belle walking all over the kitchen table and all over my Alphabet Lore cells. And the clip isn't muted, and I didn't put any audio in the foreground, meaning that you can just kind of hear my parents watching TV in the background. At least there is any audio this time, even if it is just my parents watching Mammoth Club. It's also really random, and for that reason, I'm going to give it 4 stars. Next up, we got my favorite video of Belle ever. Is it adorable? Yes. Is it slightly boring? Also yes. Can you see an HDR watermark in the corner? Also yes. But I'm still giving it 5 stars. I wish I could say that this video was even close to decent, but no. Clearly, I wasn't going to bother to edit anything here, so rather than making a fully edited video, I just kind of put a Chromebook, by the way, in front of a black tarp, aka a blanket, in the shore house, and then just kind of scrolled through a bunch of pictures as I explained what was going on. At least there's audio. Basically, the whole gist of this video is I'm explaining the channels that inspired my channel. Like the rest of my older videos, this video had so much potential for what it could have been, but it just falls short, again. Yeah, 1 star, and I don't need to elaborate further. Next up, we got the backstory of my Minecraft character, aka another pathetic video. This is me explaining the backstory of my Minecraft character by drawing pictures on my easel with an expo marker. Also, apparently I've already done a face reveal. Unintentionally. Also, the audio that is in this video is once again way too quiet. Oh yeah, and want to know what I do when the easel gets full? I erase it. With my hand. The story is interesting, but the video is, which is why I'm giving it 2 stars. Next up is I made my cat Belle a custom toy. Now, this is actually a sequel to a YouTube short I made about how my cat Belle never plays with toys, and so I made this to try and see if she would warm up to them a little bit. Hint, she didn't. I mean, if she can't even play with a bobbly feather, I don't know what's going to get her to play with a figurine of my Minecraft character, but again, this is early channel, so there's a lot of random things I do here. At least I admit it in the video. I didn't really expect it to, since my channel isn't the most popular. That was technically an insult to myself. So I'm not going to rate this video specifically. I'm going to rate the whole series of like 3 videos on this topic. And I'm probably going to rate it like somewhere around 4 stars. Time for a speed run. 5 facts about Chloe is relatively decent, 5 stars. And I made the Alphabet Lore Gems in real life is also pretty decent, 4.5 stars. And now we get to the cat projects. Now, since the cat projects were all posted in parts, and some of those parts were YouTube shorts, instead of rating each individual video, I'm going to be rating each individual cat project. Now, Project Inside Out is the first one, and this project was basically an attempt to give my cats the experience of being outdoors from the safety and comfort of indoors. Basically, what I did here is I drew a couple flowers and then put them in random various places at the front door, which was open to give the cats a view of the outside through the screen door. That way they could look through the storm door and see the rest of the neighborhood as well as our front porch. Milo showed some interest, Belle completely ignored it, so I'm just gonna say this was probably the worst out of the 3. I'm gonna rate it 3 stars. The second project was Project Cat Food Court, which was an attempt at upgrading my cat's eating area where their bowls are. Now, Project Cat Food Court was probably one of the most fun ones out of the 3 because, well, it just kind of was fun. I had more freedom with what I could do when it came to the design of it. I also generally feel like I had more experience by the time I got to Cat Food Court. So I was able to do a lot better. And once again, Milo definitely liked it a lot more than Belle, although she did eventually go over and look at it. She took a couple quick bites and then just went away again. But I think overall, Project Cat Food Court was slightly better, so I'm going to... Overall, Project Cat Food Court was slightly better, so I'm going to be rating it 4 stars. Finally, we have Project Catnap. Now, Project Catnap was one of the more interesting projects. The whole point of the project was upgrading my cat's cat beds. Yeah, and I kind of just put some pillows underneath it, and then said, yeah, that's it, pretty much. Part 2 ended up spilling out into Christmas in July with Seasick, and what makes this project even worse is that neither of the cats ended up going there, even after bribing them with treats. Bill took a quick liking to it, but Milo didn't, which is actually opposite for once.
So I decided to
So, out of all the projects, I think this one's rated the lowest. I'm going to give it 2 stars. Moving back into the regular videos, it's time for these 2 videos, which are kind of connected in a way. One is me ranking the wolf textures for 1.20.5, and one is me talking about what I think about the bogged. So these are my rankings for both of those. Next up is how I make my alphabet lore cells, which is actually pretty good for once. It's exactly what it says it is. It's me explaining how I do my alphabet lore cells. It's actually pretty good, 4.5 stars. Next up, to break that streak, we have my most controversial video ever, which is not my most controversial video ever. Because no one likes Birch. And that's why it gets 2 stars. And I think that just about wraps up part 2 of this series. So if you enjoyed watching, please make sure to like and subscribe. And don't get seasick. Bye.